Hi, I'm Debbie Ridpath Owie, and I love writing and illustrating books for young people. I also love reading books, as you can tell from my background. Today I'm very excited to introduce you to my newest picture book. I want to read all the books. So first I'm going to read to you, and then I'm going to show you some art. So let's get started. Okay, let's go. I want to read all the books. Author dedication is to my parents who gave me the freedom to read all the books. It all started with a raindrop. I wonder where rain comes from, asked Hannah. I think this book might help, said her mom. Hannah read about the water cycle and rain. She learned about all kinds of interesting facts, such as the fact that every minute 1 billion tons of rain fall on the earth. Wow, Hannah said, and looked at her big list of questions. I'm going to read all the books, thought Hannah. That way I'll be able to answer all the questions. Lunchtime, called her dad. Did you know that the Nile crocodile can go months without eating, said Hannah. After Hannah finished all the books on her nonfiction shelf, she started on fiction. Adventure books, hilarious books, spooky books. Time for bed, said her mom. When she had finished all the books in her room, Hannah asked her brother for more. When's the last time you took a bath? Asked Kenji. Did you know that dogs sweat from the bottom of their feet? Asked Hannah. Hannah finished her brother's books in no time. I want to read all the books, Hannah told her friends. I'll help, said Louise. Me too, said Mahtab. They helped search the rest of the house for more books. Mystery books, self-help books, romance, science fiction. Hannah read more and more books, but her list of questions just got longer and longer. Are you reading a dictionary? Asked Mahtab. Yep, said Hannah. How is it? Asked Louise. A bit slow, said Hannah, but I'm learning lots of useful words, like flibbertigibbet, smorgasbord, codswallop, defenestrate. In a little over a week, Hannah had read all the books in Louise's house, and Mahtab's house, and the rest of the houses on the block. Her mother knew where to take her. We need to buy all the books, said Hannah. She's in a bookshop now. Maybe not all of them, said Mom, but I know where we can go next. At their local library, the librarian helped Hannah find books. And more books, and more books. After a few days, Hannah was all finished, but her big list of questions was not. That's when Hannah's mom took her to another special place. This library. There were more books than Hannah had ever seen. There's Hannah and her mom right down there. It should have made her happy. It did not. I am never, ever going to be able to read all the books, said Hannah. It's true, said the librarian. No one can read all the books. Then what's the point of reading any, said Hannah. The librarian smiled. Well, isn't it fun to share the ones you love and to hear about the books your friends love? When they got back home, Mom took a book about robots from Hannah's shelf. I've never read this one, Mom said. Maybe you could tell me about it. And just like that, Hannah had an idea. The next day, Hannah tried something new. Do you still like robots? She asked Mahtab. Yes, Mahtab said. Then I have a book you should read. Louise asked if Hannah had ever read a book called Sam and Eva. No, why don't you tell me about it, Hannah said. And that's how Hannah's book club began. It was a smashing success. Everyone wanted to join, even Kenji. So maybe Hannah would never be able to read all the books. And that meant she'd have more time to share the ones she had. And maybe she wouldn't answer every question on her big list, but it was going to be fun to try. Book by book. The end. And now we're going to draw some art. Hi, I am going to show you what I do with scrap paper. Now, this is not scrap paper, but suppose you're drawing, you're saying, you know what, I am going to make a cat. And it turns, that's not a cat. Wait, I'm going to try to fix that. And suddenly, or maybe your little brother, little sister scribbled on it or whatever. What I like doing is instead of throwing this out or putting it in recycling, I actually like adding more scribbles. Let's make it really scribbly. So crayons are one of my favorite things to draw with, by the way, because there's so many great colors. Yeah, okay, really, really scribbly. Okay, suppose you have a mess like this. I actually don't consider this a mess, but anyway, you can, or what I do is I like using it. So I'll tear shape out of it. Doesn't have to be great or perfect. In fact, the more perfect it is, the harder it is. I find that not as fun to work with. Okay, so then I take a glue stick. Let's see if this works. Or you could use tape or whatever. Oh, is this too old? Let's see. I think this is okay. Yeah, it's okay. All right. And put it on a piece of paper. You don't have to be too precious about it. And then let's see. You could turn that into something. I'm going to add... let's see. Let's add some eyes to this. There's no one right way in drawing eyes, but this is just one way. And I don't know what this is, so it's going to be an imaginary creature. And let's see. Let's make a mouth. Hello. And maybe... This is very imaginary. I'm going to add eyelashes. So you could add wings. Maybe, like, you know what? I'm going to add eyeglasses too. Because I think she's a little bit short-sighted. And so suddenly, instead of this mess that makes me so frustrated that I want to throw out, I had this new character, which maybe I might use as an inspiration in my picture book. I actually have a notebook. So if I really like this, I will put it in this notebook and then take it out, think of a name for it. So this is one of my favorite ways to generate character ideas and story ideas. If you don't have a scribble, you can go to a magazine. Make sure you ask your parents or whoever you're with that it's okay to rip it up. And here's another way. So here's something else that I do sometimes. Again, you could do the same thing for this. Hey, let's turn this into something. I'm not even going to tape it down. Let's add some teeth. And let's add some, I like these kind of eyes. There's no right way to make eyes. And I'm going to use blue. And maybe this could be, that's the advantage of if I had taped it down, I wouldn't have to hold it down. And suddenly, there is another character. And so maybe this character can be friends with this character, and I can make a comic strip. There's so many different things. So I hope you have fun recycling old magazines or scribbles or scrap paper into new art. Thank you very much for reading and drawing with me, and happy reading. Bye-bye.